for language learning. What's better, speaking or listening? On the language learning subreddit, Robbie1815 asked this question, and he says, I understand that there's many different factors that go into language learning, such as learning abilities, preferences, opportunities, etc. But I would just like to get a general idea, playing the devil's advocate for both sides possibly. And he says, it may be a difficult question to ask because many times you're doing both. And he's absolutely right. A title of an article I found online by Julian Treasure summarizes this very neatly. Communication is a spinning circle where the way I speak affects the way you listen, and the way you listen affects the way I speak. To my knowledge, there is no reliable way to check whether speaking affects listening the other way around. In order to speak, you must first comprehend the language around you. There are some theories that no language is original and everything that you produce has been heard by you, which is of course a little bit of a fallacy, but there is some truth to it. I mean, think about it. It's a foreign language, you're trying to learn it, so your first inspiration will be that of speakers around you. And here I'd like to talk about my experience. So people who tend to focus on listening first, trying to accommodate the language, train their ear, do better in the long run. Why? Because they pay attention to the linguistic features that people use, try to understand them and try to apply them themselves. Whereas if they jump straight into speaking, they might be misunderstood, they might misuse those phrases because of their lack of understanding. And there's a difference between lack of understanding and making errors, and there's a difference between not being able to use it accurately just yet, but being aware of how to use it. Because in the latter case, you can correct yourself when prompted, or when you see that your message has not really gone through that well. So because of all that, I advocate for listening before speaking, so it's better to focus on getting as much exposure, especially at the beginner levels and the elementary levels, all the way up to intermediate, before you focus on speaking that much. So I say this to all my students, maximize reading, maximize films, series, whatever you're doing. Even some of my students have an action plan where they need to watch YouTube. This is an actual assignment of theirs. Shout out to Jacob. For those of you who attend English classes or you're planning on doing that, watch out for teachers who always say, oh, we're going to do speaking from the get-go, we're going to do as much speaking as possible, just speaking. The market is just oversaturated with those ads where, oh, we're going to do it the other way around. So at school, you are only taught to write and to listen, and here we're going to speak. So it's going to work in some cases, but in most cases, people don't actually even have enough exposure to the language to be able to communicate in it. You can't just go in and speak a language because you practice doing it. You first have to have some kind of resource to use within your brain to access in order to actively use that language. And before it becomes active, it first needs to become receptive. So you need to have it within your head at all. So to summarize, listening before speaking up to a particular level. After that, you can go ahead and improve your speaking once you've got it all in your head. Meaning vocabulary, the phrases, the linguistic features, how to do it all naturally. You have a model, we can call it. And this does not mean that you shouldn't speak at all. It's just that it shouldn't be your first priority at the moment. My name's Eryk, thanks for watching this video, and remember, choose your teachers wisely.